Very good morning to one and all. Once again, welcome back to geography class. In this class, we are going to see the another topic of the chapter number 4, agriculture. I request you have a notebook and a pen to copy down the important point from this presentation. First, chapter number 4, agriculture, topic number 3, cropping pattern. Dear cadet, as already we had covered the two topics of this chapter. In the first one, we had seen the definition of agriculture and we had seen the primitive subsistence farming. In the second topic, we covered the intensive subsistence farming and commercial farming. In that, we had seen the plantation also. I request you all, please go through the videos properly, have a e-PDF book and just read the chapter properly. I'm trying to take all the textbook language so that if you don't have a textbook also, we can go ahead. Sorry for that. Next, before moving to our topic of discussion, observe the photograph properly. As you are seeing here, one crop is here and cropping pattern. So this particular photograph I kept for you. You have to identify which crop is this and which cropping pattern is this. So this is your homework. You have to text me on WhatsApp, or you can take the screenshot and write on that and you can send it. So in the upcoming videos I am going to share your answers in the presentation. Moving further, in India we are having the three types of cropping pattern. So what are they? Just quickly have a glimpse of it. So cropping pattern, India has a 3 cropping season. In that we are growing different crop. First Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. So these are the 3 cropping pattern or the seasons in India. In the different season, these cropping patterns are adopted in India and different crops are grown on the land piece. Farmers are doing day and night the hard work to grow the different crops. So pay respect to them, not to waste the food item because it comes under the violence. Before teaching you the chapter agriculture, it's my personal request to all of you that all the cadets please focus to the point of agriculture. First, you have studied the physical diversity and the popularity of the culture in India. These are also reflected in the agriculture practices and cropping pattern in our country. So in India, we are having the number of diversity in the physical as well as in the cultural. So here in agriculture also we are having the number of diversities and different cropping pattern. Various types of foods and fiber crops, vegetables and fruits, spices and etc. constitute some of the important crops grown in the country. So finally, as in the previous slide we had seen about the 3 types of cropping pattern or the seasons in India are Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. I want to make you crystal clear Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. So which seasons are having the which cropping pattern, just we are going to see. First Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. So out of that, Rabi crops are sown in winter from October to December and harvested in summer. Next, from April to June, some of the important Rabi crops are wheat, barley, peas, grams and mustard. Though these crops are grown in the large part of India, states from the north and the western parts such as Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh. Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh are the important for the production of wheat and other Rabi crops. Next, Availability of the precipitation during winter months due to the western temperate cyclones helps in the success of these crops. However, the success of the Green Revolution in Punjab and Haryana, western Uttar Pradesh, or the parts of Rajasthan has also been an important factor in the growth of the above mentioned Rabi crops. So dear cadet, please make a note of it. What is Rabi crops? Which crops are grown in that particular season? Please, what is the importance of cyclones in that and how it is going to be periodically done? Next, Kharif crops. So Kharif crops are grown with the onset of monsoon. As the rainy season starts, these crops are grown in the different parts of the country, and these are harvested in September, October. Important crops grown during these seasons are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, tur, which is also called as arhar in Hindi, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut, and soybean. So these are the following crops which are grown in this particular season. You have to make a note of the timing when they are sown and when they are harvested. So they are sown or they are grown on the onset of the monsoon and they are harvested in the month of September or October. Next, some of the most important rice growing regions are Assam, West Bengal, coastal region of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Maharashtra, particularly the Konkan coast. Along with Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, recently paddy has also become an important crop of Punjab and Haryana. In states like Assam, West Bengal and Odisha, these crops of paddy are grown in a year. These are Assam and Boro. So here we are observing in the different states which crops are grown there and in which part. In between the Rabi and the Kharif season, there are short season during the summer months, known as Zaid season. So, as we are talking about Rabi, Kharif, and this is the last one, Zaid. Some of the crops produced during the Zaid are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables, and fodder crops. Sugarcane takes almost a year to grow. Those who are from the farming background, they are knowing about that sugarcane crops need almost 1 year to grow and to harvest. Next, have a quick recapitulation what we studied. So in our presentation we had seen the classification of crops based on the season in which they are grown. Kharif, monsoon crops; Zaid, summer crops; Rabi, winter crops. I request you all to draw this classification in your notebook so it's going to be crystal clear in your mind. So which crops are Kharif crops, which crops are Rabi crops, which crops are Zaid crops. So here you are observing planted in June, harvest in month of October, Kharif. Then Rabi planted in November and harvested in April. Then planted in the month of March, Zaid crops, harvested in June. So here just I am reading once more so that you can understand very clearly. Rabi crops, okay, winter season. So beginning of the October to December and harvested in April and June, right? Kharif crop, onset of monsoon, that means the June, July, and harvested in September, October. What are the crops? In the photograph you can easily observe it. And the last, Zaid crops. Short duration time, that means the summer months, and the season between the Rabi and the Kharif season. As you are observing in the photograph, Zaid is in between. And which crops are grown here? Right? Watermelon, cucumber, muskmelon, and so on. Kharif crops. In the photograph, it is going to be have a self-explanatory to you. Please observe the photograph clearly. So after seeing the photograph, your understanding about these are the crop: rice, cotton, maize, groundnut are the Kharif crop. They are generally planted in June and harvested in October. And dear cadet, one more thing, whatever the month mentioned in the textbook which I had shown you earlier, that only you have to write. No need to write of this photograph. Next, Rabi crops: wheat, barley, gram, peas. These are generally planted in the November and harvested in April. Observe the photograph. Next, before moving to the another topic, let's quickly have a recapitulation of it and write the question answers. Whatever we studied on that, question number 1 is, describe the 3 cropping season in India. I repeat, describe the 3 cropping seasons of India. It can be asked in another way. You can write or and write another question. Describe any 3 main features of Rabi crops. Describe any 3 main features of Rabi crop season, otherwise Kharif crop season. So you have to mention the 3 features. In that you have to mention about the month. In that you have to mention about the crops which are grown in that area and some more important. Right? Crops which are sown, then important crops and in which area they are sown. I repeat once more. Describe any 3 main features of Rabi crop season or Kharif crop season. Next, major crops. So here we are moving ahead to see the upcoming points of this chapter. A variety of food and non-food crops are grown in different parts of India depending upon the variation of the soil, climate and cultivation practices. Major crops grown in India are rice, wheat, millets, pulses, tea, coffee, sugarcane, oil, seed, cotton and jute, etc. So in this particular paragraph, it is clearly stating about the major crops, and in the upcoming presentation we are going to take one crop with the detailed information. With the map work we are going to study the area in which the rice is grown, wheat is grown, millets crop, pulses, tea, coffee, sugarcane, oilseed, cotton or jute, etc. We are going to see the detailed information of rice, that means paddy. We are going to see which area, in which area they are grown, which type of climate they require, which type of soil they require, and so on. Temperature, precipitation, areas, we are going to see the highest leading producer of that particular crop in our country and in our world we are going to see. Next, the most important thing we are going to see now. This is the photograph which I want to show you that. So it's self-explanatory. You can observe clearly that the students are continuously interacting with me. I want to thank to each and everyone, those who are interacting with me. They are asking the doubts and difficulty. They are writing the homework and sending to me. You can observe here how the child has written the question as well as the answer and text to me in this form. Those who are still remaining and watching my video, please do the homework. You are in 10th standard and it's a very important point. So please study well so that it's going to be crystal clear and it's going to be permanent. Lastly, I want to tell few questions for the examination purpose. Question number 1. What is the main characteristics of commercial farming? What is the main characteristics of commercial farming? Next, differentiate between commercial farming and plantation farming. I repeat, differentiate between commercial farming and plantation farming. Another point, few cadet has asked me the doubt related to differentiate between the primitive subsistence farming and intensive subsistence farming. So I want to answer them. Primitive subsistence farming, when we are speaking about that, so we are talking about it is a practice on small patch of a land. Then if we are talking about intensive subsistence, so it is going to be practiced on a bigger land holding area. If we are seeing primitive once again, so we are using the traditional tools, that means the primitive tools, and in intensive we are using the modern inputs. Next, in the upcoming presentation we are going to see each crop in a detailed way. For that you have to make the flow chart, so it's going to be easy for you to prepare the notes. Just the major crops of India I've shown you here. Major crops of India. In that, first we are going to see about rice, then after wheat, then millets, then maize and pulses. And after that we are going to see about the non-food crop, that is the rubber, fiber crops, cotton and jute. Next, once again I want to show you, for this you have to draw the flow chart and you have to remember it properly. When you are going to draw it, after that click the photograph and please send it me on WhatsApp so I can understand about the following cadet has attended, they have seen the whole video and they are studying properly. Next, moving to the first question which I stated to you. This one, this image, you can have a screenshot and write on that which crop it is and which cropping pattern is it. So after having the studying of this presentation, now you are able to understand which crop it is and which cropping pattern it is. By seeing the crop you can understand which crop it is and in which cropping pattern it is grown. Lastly, prepare the notes very well and see one more important thing, where the cursor is there. Rabi crops are sown in winter from October to December. So when you are making the notes, write October and December only, and harvested in summer from April to June. So state about that Rabi crops dash, so sowing season October December, harvesting season April to June. Okay, like that. Kharif crop on the onset of the monsoon, so which month will be there? June, July, right? And harvesting, so September to October. Then finally, when we are talking about the Zaid crop, so the months are here and you have to write about the summer months and this crop and which crops are grown in that area. Lastly, I want to thank to each and everyone for watching the video, and please do this homework and send it me like this I will be very happy to check it out. Thanking to each and everyone for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you to one and all.